Lion versus tiger. This is probably the most legendary fight in the animal kingdom. Who is the real king? This ultimate cat fight has happened more times than you might expect. The Romans pitted African lions against Asian tigers in the Colosseum to the rip-roaring pleasure of the plebeians. A few fights were also staged in the early decades of the 20th century, and on several modern occasions, accidental cross-species encounters at zoos have quickly developed into gruesome scenes. Lions are imposing cats that exhibit unrivaled teamwork among felines. These magnificent predators are world-renowned, and for good reason. The lion is called the king of the jungle, and its majestic mane gives it a regal look. Throughout history, the African lion has represented courage and strength. Tigers are the largest and most powerful felines in the world, and as such, many cultures consider the tiger to be a symbol of strength, courage, and dignity. They are also among the most recognizable of cats due to their distinct orange coat, black stripes, and white markings. Size and description. The lion is the only cat exhibiting sexual dimorphism, which means that male and female lions look different from each other. Males are larger than females. A lion's body ranges in length from 6 to 7 feet, 1.8 to 2.1 meters, with a 26 to 40-inch tail, 0.6 to 1 meter. Weight runs between 250 to 450 pounds, 120 to 200 kilograms. Adult lions range in color from buff to gray to various shades of brown. Both males and females are powerful, muscular cats with rounded heads and ears. Only adult male lions display a brown, rust or black mane, which extends down the neck and chest. Only males have dark tail tufts, which conceal tailbone spurs in some specimens. Tigers vary in color, size, and markings according to their subspecies. Bengal tigers, which inhabit the forests of India, have the quintessential tiger appearance, with a dark orange coat, black stripes, and a white underbelly. An average male Bengal tiger weighs around 490 pounds, 220 kilograms. The Bengal tiger has a body length of 6 to 7 feet, 1.8 to 2.1 meters, and a tail length of 3 feet, 1 meter. Siberian tigers, the largest of all the tiger subspecies, are lighter in color and have a thicker coat that enables them to brave the harsh, cold temperatures of the Russian taiga. Males can grow up to more than 10.5 feet, 3.3 meters, from head to tail, and weigh up to 660 pounds, 300 kilograms. Range and habitat. Lions prefer grassland and savanna habitats in close proximity to water sources, such as rivers. They also prefer hunting in open areas rather than densely packed forest. Lions are absent from all rainforest habitats in their range. African lions have a number of subspecies, separated by large lionless expanses. Historically, lions could be found across the vast majority of Africa, but their current range has been restricted to a smattering of locations in Central and Southern Africa. Outside of Africa, lions used to be found from Greece all the way to India. Humans slowly decimated these populations over the centuries. Currently, only a small population of the Asiatic lion subspecies can be found in the Gir Forest National Park in western India. Tigers historically occupied a range that stretched from the eastern part of Turkey to the Tibetan Plateau, Manchuria, and the Sea of Okhotsk. Today, tigers occupy only about 7% of their former range. More than half of the remaining wild tigers live in the forests of India. Smaller populations remain in China, Russia, and parts of Southeast Asia. Tigers inhabit a wide range of habitats, such as lowland evergreen forests, taiga, grasslands, tropical forests, and mangrove swamps. They generally require habitat with covers such as forests or grasslands, water resources, and enough territory to support their prey. Diet. Lions are hyper-carnivores, which means their diet consists of more than 70% meat. African lions prefer to hunt large ungulates, including zebra, African buffalo, gemsbok, giraffe, and wildebeest. They avoid very large and very small prey, but will take domestic livestock. A single lion can take down prey twice its size. In prides, lionesses hunt cooperatively, stalking from more than one direction to capture fleeing animals. Lions kill either by strangling their prey or by enclosing its mouth and nostrils to suffocate it. Tigers hunt using ambush and will quietly stalk their prey to get close enough to capture it. Successful hunting requires skill and precision. Tigers prefer medium and large prey items, especially ungulates or hoofed mammals. They normally hunt animals that are 200 pounds or more. Behavior. Lions sleep for 16 to 20 hours a day. They most often hunt at dawn or dusk, but can adapt to their prey to change their schedule. They communicate using vocalizations, head rubbing, licking, facial expressions, chemical marking, and visual marking. Lions are known for their fierce roar, but may also growl, meow, snarl, and purr. Adult tigers are solitary creatures and rarely interact with other tigers. They maintain territories, but will travel outside of these territories regularly. The territories of females will commonly overlap with males, but the territories of two males will not. Tigers swim frequently and will bathe in ponds, lakes, rivers, or streams. They also use water sources as an escape from the heat and thoroughly enjoy swimming. Now, let's get back to our big question. In a head-to-head fight, who will win? The lion enjoys the title of undisputed king of the jungle, so the answer to who would win lion versus tiger is obvious. Lions are the kings, right? But I don't think so. No animal can lay greater claim to being king of any jungle than the tiger. Many tiger species' natural habitat is, in fact, a jungle, so it already has an unassailable lead over the lion in the race for jungle royalty supremacy. But before we can definitively conclude which of these carnivorous cats would be victorious in a fatal feline fight, we must cast an objective eye over their respective strengths and weaknesses. Keeping in mind that Siberian tigers are significantly bigger than their closest tiger relatives, this may be a fight that even the most fearless lion would not want. Instead, we nominate the brutish Bengal tiger as the ideal adversary for the lion. Larger than most, but a little closer to a lion's overall size, the Bengal will more than hold its own. It's big enough to brawl, but not so oversized that the bout is over before it begins. A Bengal tiger versus a lion could be the perfect combination to make sure that a massacre is avoided and the event goes past the first few rounds. Let's assume that the combatants in this make-believe battle are male. Naturally constructed to stalk and stride across all terrains for tens of miles at a time, The tiger could probably be fight-ready tomorrow. In complete contrast, the lion's short supply of stamina means it will have to do everything to make a tiger versus lion fight a quick knockout. Lions sleep or doze for 16 to 20 hours a day. In comparison to tigers, they have small home territories. They don't need to roam, as their territory provides great food to attract grazers. However, lions can withstand the sun, so maybe if lion versus tiger took place in the midday heat, they would gain an advantage. The social nature of lions may ultimately be their biggest weakness in a brawl with a tiger. According to the Lion Research Center at the University of Minnesota, coalitions of 2 to 3 male lions usually fight as a group against territorial rivals, but tigers always go it alone. This difference affects the two cats' instincts. Considering what I said before, it's likely that a tiger would win. Tigers have a higher average bite force than lions. They are bigger, and they have larger brains than lions relative to their body size. Offhand mentions in the historical records imply that tigers usually came out on top in ancient Rome, and modern fights in captivity typically go that way too, but not every time. Lions and tigers each have their strengths, and the outcome of a given fight completely depends on the individuals, their history, fighting style, and physiology.
Bengal tiger versus jaguar. In a fight between these two wild cats, who would win? Both the animals belong to the same family, known as Felidae family and panther genus. They are the most popular animals in the jungle because of their unique abilities and giant size. So, if these two cats end up fighting, it will surely be an interesting fight. One of the most wondrous and iconic animals to walk the earth, Bengal tigers are majestic and rare. They're also one of the biggest cat species in the world. On average, Bengals are larger than other tiger species, but the largest tiger ever recorded was a Siberian. Jaguars are the only big cat in the Americas and the third biggest in the world, after tigers and lions. These powerful cats were worshipped as gods in many ancient South American cultures, and the representations of the jaguar show up in the art and archaeology of pre-Columbian cultures across the jaguar's range. Appearance. The Bengal tiger is instantly recognizable, with its orange body covered with stripes which can vary in color from brown to jet black. Every tiger has a unique pattern of stripes. On their underside, they have white fur which is also seen on the cheeks and around their eyes. Their coat color provides camouflage in the habitats where they live. The mouths have long whiskers which help them to feel items. Bengal tigers are equipped with powerful forelegs and large feet with long claws, which help them to grab and hold prey. Bengal tigers are a medium-sized tiger when compared to the other 6 subspecies. The smallest is the Sumatran tiger, and the largest is the Siberian or Amur tiger. Males are larger than females. Males measure up to 10 feet, 3 meters long, and weigh 500 pounds, 225 kilograms, while females measure 9 feet, 2.7 meters long, and weigh 300 pounds, 135 kilograms. Jaguars are the largest felines in the Americas. Adult males can reach an overall length of more than 7 feet, 2.1 meters, and can weigh anywhere from 150 to 200 pounds, 68 to 90 kilograms. Its coat color and markings are very similar to the leopard, with a rich tawny or yellow background with large black rosettes and spots. It has a larger head, more compact body, and much more powerful paws. South American jaguars are larger than those of Central America. The jaguar is grouped along with lions and tigers with the big or roaring cats, and is the only such cat in the Western Hemisphere. Distribution. Generally speaking, Bengals live in tropical, subtropical, and temperate forests with access to water. Today, these tigers live in India, Bangladesh, Nepal, and Bhutan. Bangladesh has seen a thinning of the tiger population. The animals are now only found in the Sundarbans, which are mangrove forests, and the Chittagong hill tracts. Nepal is home to 3 small and isolated tiger populations in Chitwan National Park, Parsa National Park, and Bardia National Park. In Bhutan, Bengals live in 17 of the country's 18 districts. Jaguars have a large distribution. They are found from southern Arizona and New Mexico south toward northern Argentina and northeastern Brazil. However, populations have been substantially reduced or eliminated in some areas, including El Salvador, the United States, and large portions of Mexico. The largest contiguous distribution of jaguars is concentrated in the Amazon basin and includes portions of the Cerrado, Pantanal, and Chaco areas to the south. The jaguar is commonly found in rainforests, savannas, and swamps, but at the northern end of its territory, it may enter scrub country and even deserts. Feeding. The power of the Bengal tiger is evident when observing its effectiveness at the time of hunting. This carnivorous animal searches for medium or large prey, mainly ungulate mammals. In their diet predominates the gaur, water buffalo, sambar, chital or mottled deer, wild boar, and other species of deer. Bengal tigers can ingest up to 40 kilograms of food on a single occasion, although they usually consume a smaller amount. Since they cannot follow prey for long distances, they use a strategy that combines stealth and camouflage. In the sunlight, the tiger hides in the tall grass to stalk an animal. When it is ready, it attacks silently by the side or behind the victim, jumps quickly and strikes with a blow with its retractable claws or a bite in the neck. Unlike many other cats, jaguars do not avoid water. In fact, they are quite good swimmers. They hunt fish, turtles, and even caimans, using their incredibly powerful jaws to pierce the animals' skulls. Jaguars also eat deer, peccaries, capybaras, tapirs, and a number of other land animals, which they prefer to ambush at night. Jaguars live alone, and they're territorial. They define their area by marking with their waist or clawing trees. Behavior. The primary traveling unit of these tigers is a mother and her offspring. Besides the early development period, which lasts about 2 to 3 years, Bengal tigers are solitary creatures. On rare occasions, a group of tigers will converge in the same area, usually because of a plentiful food source. When such gatherings happen, the group of tigers is called an ambush or streak. These tigers, like nearly all other tiger species, have home territories that they rarely leave. Jaguars adhere to a land tenure system, much like cougars and tigers. Females establish overlapping home ranges, and female offspring may inherit land from their mothers. Males establish territories twice as large as females and overlap the ranges of several females. Northern populations mate toward the end of the year, but in the tropics, mating activity seems not to be restricted to a particular breeding season. After a gestation period of about 100 days, the female bears 1 to 4 tiny spotted cubs. The mother raises the young for approximately 2 years. However, it is unlikely that the two would ever cross paths to fight, because they live on different continents. What would happen if they had to fight? The Bengal tiger weighs more than the jaguar. The stamina of the jaguar is higher when compared to the Bengal tiger. Hence, the jaguar has more strength to fight with the Bengal tiger for a longer time. Most of the time, the Bengal tiger dominates the battlefield due to its excellent fighting skills and the ability to kill prey quickly. As per the size and weight, the Bengal tiger is stronger than the jaguar. The tiger is brilliant in hunting because of significant size and intelligence. With a single bite, both of them can kill prey, which has a significant size and weight. The Bengal tiger has a 100% chance of winning the battle. With the help of stronger claws and remarkable fighting ability, the Bengal tiger will surely defeat the jaguar. But think of one thing. What if the jaguar and the tiger were the same size? What would happen then? Looking at it on paper, the jaguar seems to have some physical advantages, having a stronger bite force and more muscle density. But let's not rule out the tiger just yet. While the jaguar is the stronger of the two, the tiger will stand a few inches taller, have longer limbs, and a longer tail. Obviously, a jaguar's bite force is stronger than the tiger's, and for me, this is what gives them the edge, because both can kill. Then the contest is even. But with the jaguar, its bite force is so great compared to all other big cats that he has an ability no other cat can imitate. The ability to bite through their prey's skull with ease. This tips the scales in favor of the jaguar, in my opinion. To kill the jaguar, the tiger will have to pin him down, grip round his throat and suffocate him, block the arteries leading to his brain, or pierce an artery. All three of these will be very difficult to do. The jaguar needs one clean shot on the tiger, and it's lights out. The tiger, having a slimmer frame and longer limbs, could cause our jaguar some problems. They like to lean on their back legs and strike with their paws. Jaguars have a similar style, but obviously the tiger's longer limbs will give them an advantage in this department. Overall, it's a close fight, but I'd give the edge to the jaguar. Leopard versus snow leopard. Who would win a fight between these two wildcats? Leopards and snow leopards are both types of wildcats widely distributed in Africa and Asia. Both belong to the family Felidae. However, the two are different from each other, although many people are unable to distinguish the two from each other. The leopard is a large cat closely related to the lion, tiger, and jaguar. The name leopard was originally given to the cat now called cheetah, the so-called hunting leopard, which was once thought to be a cross between the lion and the pard. The term pard was eventually replaced by the name leopard. Known for their elusive nature, snow leopards are referred to by locals as mountain ghosts. As one of the most mysterious species on the planet, the snow leopard remains one of the least understood and seen of the big cats. What do they look like? The leopard has a slim and long body with short, sturdy legs and a long tail, helping the animal to keep balance when in the trees. The head is broad and the skull is large, having strong and powerful jaw muscles. The ears are small and round. The overall coloration and markings of their coat greatly depends on the environment. Thus, leopards living on open grasslands typically exhibit a light yellow background fur. Meanwhile, the coat of those found in forests is usually darker and covered with more markings. The black rosettes covering their body are square-like in populations of South Africa, being circular in those of East Africa. They grow to only 3 to 6.2 feet, 92 to 190 centimeters long. Their tail adds another 25 to 39 inches, 64 to 99 centimeters to their length. Females typically weigh 46 to 132 pounds, 21 to 60 kilograms, and males usually weigh around 80 to 165 pounds, 36 to 75 kilograms. The snow leopard has a white furry coat with yellow brownish tinges and covered with rings of brown-black rosettes, spots. The markings assist with camouflaging it from prey. The fur is woolly and long and offers protection from extreme cold. Their tails have heavy fur, and the undersides of their paws also have fur to protect against cold snow. The rounded head has small ears, and the heavy brow is distinctive, with the head being comparatively small for the body size. The long tail helps the leopard to balance as it moves over rugged and frequently snowy terrain. Its powerful limbs are relatively short for its body size. It has large, powerful paws. On average, a snow leopard's length is between 30 to 59 inches, 75 and 150 centimeters, plus a tail that's 31 to 41 inches, 80 to 105 centimeters long. The average snow leopard weighs between 49 to 165 pounds, 22 and 75 kilograms. Where do they live? The leopard is very adaptable and can live in many different places across the globe. Leopards are found in sub-Saharan Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, southwestern and eastern Turkey, in the Sinai Judean Desert of Southwest Asia, the Himalayan foothills, India, Russia, China, and the islands of Java and Sri Lanka. These large cats can live in almost any type of habitat, including rainforests, deserts, woodlands, grassland savannas, forests, mountain habitats, coastal scrubs, shrublands, and swamp areas. In fact, leopards live in more places than any other large cat. The snow leopard is a native of the Central Asian mountain ranges. In summer it lives in the mountainous meadows in rocky alpine regions above the tree line at altitudes between 2,700 meters, 8,900 feet, and 6,000 meters, 20,000 feet. During winter, snow leopards come down to the forests at lower altitudes. This animal is associated with a rocky environment like high valley ridges, mountain passes, and rocky outcrops. What do they eat? The leopard is classically feline in its hunting behavior, specializing in ambushing and stalking its prey, then pouncing before the victim can react. With its head low, legs bent and belly nearly touching the ground, a leopard will try to stalk to within 3 to 10 meters before pouncing. After a successful pounce, the leopard paralyzes its prey with a bite through the back of the neck that damages the spinal cord, then strangles the victim with its powerful jaws. Usually the kill is then taken by the neck and dragged to safety, away from other predators. Leopards often store their kills in trees, out of the reach of lions and hyenas. This requires great power, but is not a problem for leopards. They are renowned for their strength and can haul a carcass of at least their own weight up the vertical trunk of a tree. They will prey on any animal that comes across their path, such as Thompson's gazelles, cheetah cubs, baboons, rodents, monkeys, snakes, large birds, amphibians, fish, antelopes, warthogs, and porcupines. Snow leopards are opportunists when it comes to feeding. They are strictly carnivores and eat whatever meat they can find. One of the most beautiful of the cats, snow leopards are also exceptional athletes, capable of making huge leaps over ravines. They can also bring down prey almost 3 times their own size, including domestic livestock. Their prey includes the ibex, markhor, baral, deer, boar, marmots, pikas, and small rodents. The snow leopard is an ambush predator and will attack its prey from above when possible. It is an agile animal that can jump as far as 14 meters, which helps it catch prey and traverse through the mountains. How do they behave in the wild? Leopards are nocturnal, hunting by night while spending most of the day resting, usually draped on tree limbs or lying in thick undergrowth. Once darkness sets in, they move around intermittently until after dawn. Adult leopards are solitary and territorial and will only associate long enough to mate. Occupation of a territory is advertised by marking with urine and feces and clawing the bark of trees. Although they are solitary animals and do not live in families, leopards nevertheless have strong maternal bonds. Even though the young become independent at about 22 months, the mother may continue to share kills with her offspring until they become totally self-sufficient. Like other cats, snow leopards are solitary animals that only get together for copulation and for the coexistence between mothers and offspring during the cub's first months of life. Normally, each animal has its own territory that can reach about 120 square miles. This is because they depend on the volume of prey in that space. The snow leopard marks its territory with urine or by rubbing against a rock. It's a way of communicating and indicating its territory and routes. These cats are mainly active during sunset and sunrise. Now it's time for the fight, so let's find out together who would win, a leopard or a snow leopard. So in terms of size, the common leopard definitely has the upper hand when fighting a snow leopard. Additionally, it's stockier, sturdier, and equipped with much more muscle and power than the snow leopard. Leopards have a sheer strength, which lets them attack animals about 10 times their own weight, fight and kill them with a nasty bite force of around 300 psi, compared to the snow leopard's rather weak bite force of 99.9 psi. On the other hand, snow leopard has a stocky build that gives it superior nimbleness, and this is what lets it move through the rocky terrain of the Himalayas with maintained balance, as well as a furry coat that could help a bit in the protection against paw swipes. It's also faster, since it can reach speeds of around 88 kilometers an hour, in contrast with the leopard's maximum speed of 58 kilometers per hour. So, if a snow leopard and a regular leopard were to fight, luck would usually turn in favor of the common leopard due to its superior size, strength, and bite force. But one cannot deny the snow leopard's superior agility, speed, and ability to move through the harshest of rocky terrains, as well as some individuals' bravery and feistiness. Depends on where the fight happens. If in a mountain region, then the snow leopard will be victorious. In the plains, it will be the leopard. But hypothetically, in a scenario where the climatic conditions would be equal for both, then probably the leopard will be the winner. Who would win this epic battle between these two beautiful wild cats, jaguar or lion? African lions and jaguar are strictly carnivores and the top predators in their geographic ranges. But the similarities end there. Where they live, their social behavior, how and what they hunt, and their reproduction are very different. The jaguar is a New World mammal of the Felidae family. It is one of 4 big cats in the Panthera genus, along with the tiger, lion, and leopard of the Old World. The jaguar is the 3rd largest feline after the tiger and the lion. The jaguar is the largest and most powerful feline in the Western Hemisphere. The lion is called the king of the jungle, and its majestic mane gives it a regal look. The lion is a mammal of the family Felidae,
and is one of 4 big cats in the genus Panthera. The lion is the second largest cat, after the tiger. Lions are unique in that they are the only cats to live in groups, prides. Size and description. The jaguar is a compact and well-muscled animal. Jaguars grow to be about 5.3 to 6 feet in length and stand about 27 to 30 inches tall at the shoulders. Their tail is 2 to 3 feet long. Jaguars weigh around 80 pounds. Larger jaguars have been recorded as weighing 288 to 333 pounds. The base coat of the jaguar is generally a tawny yellow in color, but can range to reddish brown and black. The jaguar is covered in rosettes for camouflage in its jungle habitat. The spots vary over individual coats and between individual jaguars. The spots on the head and neck are generally solid, as are those on the tail, where they may merge to form a band. The underbelly, throat, and outer surface of the legs and lower flanks are white. The jaguar has a short, stocky limb structure, which makes it well adaptable to climbing, crawling, and swimming. Their heads are robust, and their jaw is extremely powerful. The lion is a well-muscled cat with a long body, large head, and short legs. Size and appearance vary considerably between the sexes. The male's outstanding characteristic is his mane, which varies between different individuals and populations. In some lions, the mane and fringe are very dark, almost black, giving the cat a majestic appearance. Manes make males look larger and may serve to intimidate rivals or impress prospective mates. A full-grown male is about 6 to 7 feet long, excluding the 3 feet tail. He stands about 3.5 to 4 feet high at the shoulder and weighs 370 to 500 pounds. The female, or lioness, is smaller, with a body length of 5 feet, a shoulder height of 3 to 3.5 feet, and a weight of 260 to 400 pounds. The lion's coat is short and varies in color from buff yellow, orange-brown, or silvery gray to dark brown, with a tuft on the tail tip that is usually darker than the rest of the coat. Range and habitat. Jaguar's current range stretches from Mexico to South America, but that range is highly fragmented. This means that jaguar populations have large spaces between them where no jaguars are found. This fragmented habitat prevents jaguar populations from breeding with one another and reduces genetic diversity. The jaguar is commonly found in rainforests, savannas, but at the northern end of its territory, it may enter scrub country and even deserts. The jaguar still has a stronghold in the Amazon basin, but has been nearly wiped out of all drier regions. Wherever it is found, it requires fresh water, as the jaguar is an excellent swimmer. Lions prefer grassland and savanna habitats in close proximity to water sources, such as rivers. They also prefer hunting in open areas rather than densely packed forest. Lions are absent from all rainforest habitats in their range. African lions have a number of subspecies separated by large, lionless expanses. Historically, lions could be found across the vast majority of Africa, but their current range has been restricted to a smattering of locations in Central and Southern Africa. Outside of Africa, lions used to be found from Greece all the way to India. Humans slowly decimated these populations over the centuries. Currently, only a small population of the Asiatic lion subspecies can be found in the Gir Forest National Park in western India. Diet. Jaguars and all cats are obligate carnivores, meaning that they can only be healthy on an all-meat diet. It is believed jaguars will prey on 87 different animal species, meaning they are very opportunistic feeders and not very picky. Some of those prey species include deer, small caimans, tapirs, dogs, capybaras, peccaries, armadillos, birds, frogs, fish, monkeys, and turtles. To capture prey, jaguars hunt via stalking and ambush rather than chasing down prey. Jaguars will listen for prey and stalk until they are close enough to chase and kill the animal. They will frequently use a throat bite to suffocate prey, or they will sever the vertebrae to immobilize more dangerous prey before killing it. Occasionally, while hunting, jaguars employ a different killing method unique among cats. The jaguars will use their powerful jaws to bite through the skull of their prey, killing them by piercing the brain. They will then drag the prey to a more secluded location to feed. Lions are hypercarnivores, which means their diet consists of more than 70% meat. African lions prefer to hunt large ungulates, including zebra, African buffalo, gemsbok, giraffe, and wildebeest. They avoid very large elephant, rhinoceros, hippopotamus, and very small hare, monkey, hyrax, dik-dik prey, but will take domestic livestock. A single lion can take down prey twice its size. In prides, lionesses hunt cooperatively, stalking from more than one direction to capture fleeing animals. Lions kill either by strangling their prey or by enclosing its mouth and nostrils to suffocate it. Usually, prey is consumed at the hunting site. Lions often lose their kills to hyenas and sometimes to crocodiles. Behavior. Jaguars are most active near dusk and dawn, although they may be active at any time of the day. They tend to rest mid-morning and afternoon. Jaguars lay in deep shade, under thick vegetation, in caves, or under large rocks when resting. They also rest near riverbanks and may be forced to rest in trees during flood seasons. Jaguars are dependent on water, especially during the dry season when they seek relief from heat. Jaguars are solitary, with the exception of mating season, when males travel with females in estuaries. Population densities may be as high as one animal per 15 square kilometers in the best of habitats. Lions are primarily nocturnal or crepuscular. Lions spend much of their time resting, often up to 20 hours per day. Lions rest for lots of different reasons, including energy conservation, lack of prey, and to avoid the heat of the day. During periods of rest, lions have many opportunities for social behavior. They gather and sleep in groups, rubbing their heads together and playing. All of these behaviors are good for reinforcing their social bonds. In a head-to-head fight, who will win? Jaguar, in its own right, is a very skilled hunter. I have to admit Jaguar is faster and more skilled than a lion. Pound to pound, a jaguar will kill anything that moves. They are so strong that even though they are smaller than lions and tigers, they've got better bite force than any other cat. But here it's not a pound-to-pound match. Lions are so much larger than a jaguar. Although the jaguar will be a bit tough in the end, it will bow down before its heavy brother. So the winner is the majestic lion.
Tiger versus leopard. There are 7 big cats that exist in the world today, and anytime someone mentions any of them, you get a feeling that sends shivers down your spine, because your first thought is, where is it? The big cats garner a sense of respect and inflict upon us a healthy sense of fear. You don't want to tangle with any big cat, but do any of the big cats want to tangle with each other? We're setting the stage for 2 of these ferocious big cats, and they're going to face off. It's the tiger versus the leopard. We're all interested to see how this fight goes down, because these are 2 of the most dangerous killing machines on the planet, and we're going to watch them go at one another, from a safe distance, of course. Big cats. Let's first look at big cats in general. The tiger and the leopard will be the 2 fighters in this match, of course. But let's just visit the land of big cats first. First, many people get confused by which cats are technically big cats, and they also get confused as to which is which. There are 3 genuses that exist within the classification of big cat. One genus is Acinonyx. The only big cat to be in the genus Acinonyx is the cheetah. Another genus in the classification of big cats is Puma. You might be thinking, isn't Puma the name of the animal? Yes, and that is not its only name. Yes, that's not 5 different animals. That's one animal that goes by 5 different names. We'll call them cougars and let you know that they exist in the Americas. Lastly, there is the genus Panthera. The last 5 big cats are in the Panthera genus. They are jaguars, lions, snow leopards, leopards, and tigers. They're all excellent hunters. They're all big and fast and built to attack their prey and take it down with ferocity. We're most interested in what advantages the tiger and the leopard have, though, aren't we? So let's meet each big cat on their own and see what they're all about. The tiger. We'll start off with the tiger, and we're quite sure this is not one of the big cats you've been confused about. The tiger stands out in comparison to the rest of the cats. It must be that unique appearance that they have, the orange fur with the black stripes. It is iconic. It does allow them to blend in with their surroundings at times. The tiger can camouflage with this coloring sometimes, and that makes it easier for it to locate its prey without being located itself. Then it's just a matter of sneaking up on the prey until it is close enough to pounce. Tigers are ambush predators, so they wait until they're close enough to their prey of choice and then jump in an instant to take down the unlucky individual. Tigers like to eliminate all doubt that they'll catch their meal. But if a chase needs to be pursued, tigers are no slouches in the speed department. A tiger can reach speeds of up to 40 miles per hour. That means if a tiger was running through a residential area, he could be subject to a hefty speeding ticket. And when it's time to pounce, the tiger's leaping ability is incredible. They can jump 18 to 20 feet if they need to. Now, the tiger is not just a great runner and a great jumper, they're also huge. In fact, tigers are the biggest of all the big cats. Bengal tigers typically reach 10 feet in total length and weigh 650 pounds. Just imagine the sheer power that comes along with those measurements and that weight. And they are incredibly strong, one of the most powerful mammals in the world, and definitely the most powerful cat in the world. Now let's pivot from strength to strength of those jaws, because tigers have immensely powerful bites. When looking at the power of a tiger's bite, it is the second strongest of all the big cats, only losing out to the jaguar. Lucky for the tiger, the jaguar won't be participating in this fight, but a tiger's bite is measured at somewhere between 1,000 to 1,200 pounds per square inch. That is some massive power. It is one of the stronger bites in the animal kingdom, and when you pair that with its humongous size and that humongous mouth, there aren't many animals that are escaping the clutches of those jaws once they've gotten in them. Tigers span much of Asia throughout the swamps and grasslands and forests. They're found in South and Southeast Asia, China, some parts of Korea, and even eastern Russia. They range from the equator all the way up to about 50 degrees north. This is impressive because tigers are highly adaptable. They can live in all types of weather and climate. That's a plus for the tiger because there really isn't much that will faze him. He is a true warrior, ready to battle no matter what the battleground is. So we've met this first warrior, and he sounds, quite frankly, terrifying. Let's meet the next warrior and continue to keep our distance, because the next one is terrifying as well. The leopard. Our next terrifying warrior in this battle is the leopard. Now, we just went over where tigers live, so maybe we should first explore where leopards live. See if there is any overlap. And there is. Now, you thought the tiger was diverse in all the places and habitats it lives in. Get a load of the leopard. Leopards also live in Southeast Asia and East Asia. You can find them in China and even as far north as Korea and southern Russia. They're in India and also in the Middle East, including Iran and Afghanistan. And you will find them all over sub-Saharan Africa. They inhabit the same areas as tigers and as lions. They can live in deserts, grasslands, mountainous environments, you name it. In fact, they are the only big cat that lives in both deserts and rainforests. You can't get any more different than those environments. The leopard is as adaptable as cats can get. Don't underestimate adaptability. Now, we talked about the size of the tiger, and we know the tiger is the largest big cat in the world. So obviously the leopard is smaller, but how much smaller? Well, the leopard is only the 5th largest big cat, usually between 6 and 7 feet long. They'll also weigh between 150 pounds and 200 pounds. When it comes to a leopard's bite force, make no mistake, that's a bite you, as a human, do not want to experience. But it isn't necessarily extremely strong when it comes to the animal kingdom. Their bite force is about 300 to 310 pounds per square inch. Again, still not something to mess around with. Now, leopards may not be the most powerful of all the big cats, but when you consider the power they have for their size, it is impressive. In fact, if you look at all the big cats and their power for their size, pound for pound, the leopard ranks 2nd behind the jaguar. And looking at agility, the leopard is by far the most agile big cat, no question. The way they move and run and jump and twist and turn, you can't compare. The leopard scores big-time agility points. And of all the big cats, they are the best when in the trees. They climb trees and traverse through the trees better than any other big cat. In fact, many times once they've caught their prey after hunting, they will drag it up into a tree to eat. Leopards can jump distances of 20 feet, just like a tiger, but they're doing it as a smaller animal. They can also jump 10 feet straight up. They can hit speeds of up to 38 miles per hour when they run, so not quite as fast as a tiger, but their endurance is better. They can hold those speeds for longer. Okay, the tiger made his case first. The leopard has done the same. It's finally time. The battle. That's right, it's finally time for the battle. We've met the 2 contestants in this battle and learned just about everything we could about the 2. It's time for the tiger and the leopard to square off. As they circle one another, it becomes overwhelmingly obvious how much of a size advantage the tiger has over the leopard. 10 feet long versus 7 feet long, 650 pounds as opposed to just 200 pounds. And as we mentioned, the tiger is just more powerful. If the tiger strikes first and gets on top of the leopard, it is all over. The tiger has more than 3 times the weight of the leopard, and he will just easily overpower him. Now, the 2 big cats may fight using their paws, their legs, whatever they can use. But if it comes to biting, the tiger has an insane advantage there. The tiger's bite force is about 4 times as strong as the leopard's. A bite from the tiger would hurt so much. However, a bite from the leopard would still hurt. It's just that the leopard needs to get into position in order to make a bite happen. How can he do that? The tiger is technically a little faster, so it's not like the leopard is going to beat him there. However, if for whatever reason the leopard is pursuing the tiger and chasing it, if that chase goes on for a while, the leopard does have more stamina. Maybe the angle for the leopard is to try to wear the tiger out, or perhaps there is a better angle, an angle from up above. And the more we think about it, it is the best chance the leopard has to win this fight. It is all about surroundings. We're going to say that if the tiger and the leopard meet out in an open field, in the grasslands, something like that leopard is cooked. The tiger will just overpower him. But don't forget that the leopard is more adaptable, able to exist in a multitude of environments. And the leopard is agile and a master of the trees. If the 2 met in a forest or a rainforest, the leopard could use this to his advantage. Being able to climb trees as leopards can, and using that agility that they're gifted with, the leopard could attack from above. The tiger is bigger and stronger, but the leopard would need to try a strategy of inflicting multiple small attacks and then retreating into the trees, waiting for the right moment, and then going again. The leopard's one advantage would be the trees and its agility. Jumping from the trees to the ground repeatedly to inflict attack after attack, weakening the tiger slowly but surely until it is finally time to inflict the final blow. That would be how a leopard could win this battle. But that is a big if. When we think about it, the odds lean so much more heavily in favor of the tiger. He is just too big and too powerful. In most cases, he would dominate the leopard. We're not going to completely count the leopard out. We'll give him about a 10% chance to win the fight, but that's it. It's not that the leopard isn't powerful, because he is. He just isn't big enough. In fact, pound for pound, the leopard is more powerful. He just has the disadvantage of being smaller. If only the leopard could do something to make himself equal in size to the tiger. If that were the case, the leopard would win every time. But that's the problem. That's not the case. And the biggest big cat in the world, the tiger, has a pronounced advantage over the leopard.
Jaguar versus leopard. Who would win this fight? Today I will do the second part of this topic, relying more on the fight between the two big cats. They are wildcat members of the Panthera genus, along with lion and tiger. These are the only animals capable of making a roar and are the most fearsome predators in the wild. As the only big cat species in the New World, jaguars have dominated the rituals and stories of the people who live there. Depictions of jaguars are found in ruins all along Mexico's Yucatan Peninsula, where the jaguar was a chief figure in religious rites. Their mesmerizing gaze and hunting prowess have earned them a prominent place in mythology and legend. The leopard, also called a panther, is a large cat closely related to the lion, tiger, and jaguar. Size and description. The jaguar is the largest cat in the Americas. After the tiger and lion, it is the third biggest cat in the world. The jaguar is typically between 5 and 6 feet long, 1.5 and 1.8 meters, and its tail measures from 27 to 35 inches, 70 to 90 centimeters. Jaguars usually weigh between 149 to 300 pounds, 68 to 136 kilograms. But their size varies a lot between different regions. In Central America, jaguars are much smaller than those found in the Pantanal. Panthera onca has fur that ranges in color from pale yellow to reddish brown, with black rosette-shaped markings on its neck, body, and limbs. Some of the rosettes have black dots in the middle of them. It has black barring at the end of its tail and an off-white belly. An average leopard has a head and body length of 38 to 75 inches, 97 to 191 centimeters, and weighs 65 to 155 pounds, 30 to 70 kilograms. Its tail can reach a length of up to 3 feet, 1 meter. The leopard is known for its light to tawny brown coat patterned with black spots and rosettes or rings. Unlike those of the jaguar, the rosettes of the leopard never have spots inside them. Other distinguishing features of this spectacular cat are the large head, powerful neck and shoulders, and short, muscular limbs. Range and habitat. The jaguar, once found in the United States, was hunted to extinction here in the late 1940s. Today, it is found in Mexico, but swiftly declining, and Central America, and the strongest populations being found in the Mato Grosso, Brazil, the Pantanal, bordering Brazil, Bolivia, and Paraguay, Chiapas State, Mexico, and the Yucatan Peninsula, northern Guatemala, Belize. The jaguar is commonly found in rainforests, savannas, and swamps, but at the northern end of its territory, it may enter scrub country and even deserts. The jaguar still has a stronghold in the Amazon basin, but has been nearly wiped out of all drier regions. Wherever it is found, it requires fresh water, as the jaguar is an excellent swimmer. The leopard is very adaptable and can live in many different places across the globe. Leopards are found in sub-Saharan Africa, the Arabian Peninsula, southwestern and eastern Turkey, in the Sinai Judean Desert of Southwest Asia, the Himalayan foothills, India, Russia, China, and the islands of Java and Sri Lanka. These large cats can live in almost any type of habitat, including rainforests, deserts, woodlands, grasslands, savannas, forests, mountain habitats, coastal scrubs, shrublands, and swampy areas. In fact, leopards live in more places than any other large cat. Diet. Jaguars are carnivores, which means they eat only meat. In the wild, jaguars will use their speed and stealth to take down deer, peccary, monkeys, birds, frogs, fish, alligators, and small rodents. If wild food is scarce, these large cats will also hunt domestic livestock. Jaguars typically attack prey by pouncing on them from a concealed spot. They either deliver a direct bite to the neck and then suffocate their prey, or they instantly kill them by piercing the back of the skull with their canines. Their powerful jaws and canines allow them to get through thick reptilian skin and turtle carapaces. Jaguars will only eat their prey after dragging into the trees, even if the trees are quite a distance away. Generally, leopards will eat any warm-blooded prey, from mice and hares to large antelope. But a leopard is the supreme opportunist and will also eat birds, reptiles, rodents, and even insects. Leopards are ambush predators. They crouch low to sneak up to their prey and pounce before it has a chance to react. A leopard will kill its prey with one swift bite to the neck, breaking it. Behavior. Jaguars live alone and mark their territories by vocalizing, clawing trees, and leaving scent marks by defecating and spraying urine. Males have larger home ranges than females, and male home ranges may contain those of 2 or 3 female jaguars. Unlike many other cat species, Panthera onca does not avoid water. They are good swimmers and regularly hunt in rivers. They also spend time bathing and wallowing in water. Jaguars climb trees for safety as well as to hunt, sometimes ambushing their prey from above by jumping from a tree. However, they usually stalk their prey on the ground, preferring areas with thick vegetation which offer them cover. Leopards are solitary creatures that only spend time with others when they are mating or raising young. They are also nocturnal and spend their nights hunting instead of sleeping. Leopards spend a lot of their time in trees. Their spotted coat camouflages them, making them blend in with the leaves of the tree. They will often drag their prey into trees to keep it from being taken by other animals. The calls of the leopard vary and include a series of harsh coughs, throaty growls, and deep purring sounds. Now it's time to find out who would win a fight between a jaguar and a leopard. A jaguar, most easily. They are larger, more muscular, have the strongest bite force of all cats and possibly all mammals. They kill crocs, are probably the best swimmer of the cats. They are probably the second best tree climbers behind the leopards, but they can scale trees nearly as well as a leopard. While they are probably both the most agile of the cats, the jaguar has shorter legs, making it more easy to stick close to the ground and move around faster, making the jaguar the most agile and best pound-for-pound fighter of the big cats. But that a jaguar has the tools doesn't mean it would automatically win. Jaguars are at the top of the food chain in the Americas. They have no natural enemies, and they are capable of killing any animal they see. Leopards, on the other hand, live next to tigers, lions, spotted hyenas, crocodiles, etc., all of which are more than able to kill and eat them. And they live among herbivores that are far too big for any leopard to kill. So leopards are used to dealing with animals much bigger and stronger than themselves. Leopards are very dangerous. If size and tools matter, of course the jaguar wins. But it's wrong to underestimate any leopard. Leopards tend to be far more aggressive than jaguars, and I think this could play a huge factor. The leopard has never killed a full-grown tiger or lion, but they were able to stand their ground long enough to survive an encounter. A big male leopard would be a very tough opponent. It would stand its ground and would definitely repel the jaguar's attack. Despite these things, I think in a head-to-head fight, however, the jaguar will win. This is going to be a very brutal fight between a jaguar and a leopard, as there is no chance of escape for the leopard, because jaguars can also climb up the tree, because there is the only way of the leopard's escape. So in my opinion, the jaguar is the winner.